Good morning. Day 2 of BEA 2014. I'm here with Jessi Hersey, and her novel is Changing of the Bloodline. Jessi, how are you today?
I'm good.
And this is your first time at BEA, is that correct?
That's correct.
How are you liking it so far?
I'm loving it, and it's fun meeting new people and just interacting, period, with some fans and some new fans.
Sure. And you're coming from a few states away, right?
Yes, Louisville, Colorado.
Louisville, Colorado. A little jet lagged, a little tired, but you're keeping the momentum going, I say.
Yes, I'm doing my best. Coffee helps.
Great. So tell us a little bit about the novel. It came out in the shelves October 2013. So it's been out there. What audience do you think it appeals to, and why?
I believe it appeals to some of the older generation and younger generation. Why is because the mafia is involved in the school system and kind of the intertwining stories between the two and the characters that lead into that.
Sure. So give us, without too much detail, because we want people to pick up the book, but give us a little, information about the plot. What draws the reader in?
I believe what draws the reader in is that we begin with a suicide within the book, and it's by a character you get to know a little bit, and from there it draws the storyline. And my character Abby Price, who has a price to pay in the book, she researches into it, and while she's doing that, she meets an unexpected person on a blind date.
So suicide, definitely a tough subject to think about. I can imagine it's probably tough to write about. Can you kind of walk us through your process and maybe even your writing rituals of how you get that down on paper?
My writing ritual is mainly turning music up really, really loud. I have an entire playlist.
And you can think like that.
Yes, I have to have it really, really loud, and I have to have an area where I'm completely isolated from people, and I make sure to literally lock the door so no one comes in or anything, unless it's my cat. She's allowed to come in because she also helps when I pet her, but otherwise.
So petting the cat, loud music. Earmuffs on the cat?
No, she
No.
likes the loud music. She'll yell at me if she doesn't like it.
Got it. Okay. So back to the subject of suicide. What do you think the impact is on the reader, or what do you want the reader to take away from that subject?
I want the reader to take away the fact that we need to talk about this subject, that it's not just something there to go around. And it's okay to talk to someone who's suicidal. It's a good thing to ask them what their plan is, what's going to happen.
Sure.
Because you can figure out if they actually are suicidal, since there's two differences between being actually suicidal and just thinking about it. Oddly, that's completely normal for any human being to think about it, but to follow through with it, that's a completely different story.
Sure. So it's a social message you're trying to get out into your audience.
Correct.
Okay. Now, Abby Price, talk about her. She's the main character in the book.
Correct.
Okay. Anything in your life that inspired you to create this character? Is it a complete, you're in your room and you have the music on and it just comes right to your head? Or is there anything that, happened in your life that created this character?
Well, honestly, she came to me in the middle of the night when I was sleeping, and I saw this image. The prologue is actually what came to me first, and her evolvement of character came from my experiences of where I thought I was going in life, like her going to UNC, which I did eventually go to. School psychology, not so much, but those are some ideas of where I thought I was going. But then I put some experiences in advocacy that I've dealt with through suicide and murder and the whole enchilada of heavy-duty stuff.
Right. So thought comes to you in your sleep. Now you got to get it on paper, turn the music up. Writer's block at all? Like, how many days does it take to put your thoughts down? Or how many days does it take to really create a flowing storyline throughout the pages?
It takes me, once I'm going, and I won't stop. I can go for 24 hours, 48 hours, and forget the fact that I'm sitting at my desk typing on my computer, or I'll have a pencil and paper. I do it the old-fashioned way, too, depending on where it comes. So I hide pencils and papers throughout my house, throughout my car, and at work. I try to also, if my boss allows me to.
Boss allows. And I've heard that a lot of people use sticky notes. They'll put them up as reminders for certain ideas. Any of that apply to you?
I'm not that organized, so that wouldn't work for me.
Okay. Well, you created a novel, so there's some organization there. It's just a different type, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What type of music do you listen to?
I am a huge Katy Perry fan, so she's someone I definitely listen to. I really love any music. Like right now, I also really like Iggy Azalea.
Okay.
I like any woman that can rap, so.
Anybody that can rap. Rap
And
music.
she's female.
We'll have to do a Katy Perry sound over at the end of this when we roll the credits.
I'm all for that.
Perfect.
Bring it.
So going back to Colorado
Yep.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Anything in the works in the future?
Yes, I have one novel in the works right now that's actually going to be put through the editing process. The title is Starless Guardian,
Okay.
and it's a sci-fi fantasy. But if anyone wants a second one to Changing the Bloodline, you got to keep buying the book.
Keep buying the book. And any hints into what the sequel would entail for Changing the Bloodline?
Yes, I actually am going to reamp it and give at least 3 pages to the next one within it, but not right away. That's also a waiting process if
Okay.
people want those 3 pages.
I won't pry, just want a little teaser out there. So, favorite foods. Let's talk about that a little bit. Anything in the city that you're looking to go get that you can't find in Colorado?
Mainly the hot dogs. That's my favorite part of New York.
Hot dogs. Okay, I think there's a vendor out there if you want to grab one after this.
Yeah, probably will.
Perfect. Anything else? Nice restaurants?
I've mainly gotten to see most of the restaurants because most of the time I'm rushing to try to get back to my hotel
Sure.
because it's so crazy busy when we get out of here that the traffic's crazy. But it's fun to see all the interactions between people. I got to see a guy yelling at a guy in front of his car. It was very
Guy
interesting.
yelling at a guy at a car in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time that's happened.
Oh yeah, first time.
Well, it was a pleasure. I hope EA is going well for you. How was the first day of the show?
It's been really incredible. I've had nonstop people coming to my booth. It's
great.
been a pleasure getting to know them.
And self-published? Looking for a
Yes.
publisher?
I'm self-published.
Okay. And you're looking to stay that way?
I'm actually looking for a film director.
Film director. Okay. And where can we find your novel now? Digital, retail?
You can find it Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Amazon, and it's in every form. You can get it hardback, paperback, digital. It just depends on you.
Sure. Any website you'd like to shout out?
I have www.jherseybooks.com. You can also purchase it there.
Perfect. Jessi, it was a pleasure, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
You take questions?
Oh, wait. We're going to have a question from the audience.
Jessi, now that it's complete and out and you've had a year or so, has your perspective on it changed versus when it was just complete or when you were nearing completion? Do you view the book differently now?
Yes, I actually do view it a little differently. When it first began, it was just my baby that I wrote. I actually wrote this in high school, so I've changed a lot from my point of view of it. Abby's actually grown with me over the years, and once it came out, my view of not only the book industry, but of those that are interested in topics that are actually helping people, how they view them, what's important to them. I guess that's the best way I can describe the changes that happen, really, Abby growing for me and with me. Did that answer your question? Okay.
Good. Any other questions from the audience? Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of BEA 2014.
Thank you.